Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. The Ham Football Puzzle event and the Gods Gone Wild Progression event went live, as well as some other stuff. This will be a super busy weekend, guys, and you will find timestamps to jump to the part that interests you the most. As always, we're gonna start with the more important thing, and that in my opinion is the puzzle event, because this is something that most of us will be able to do. And here, this time, we're gonna exchange some roller token. We play games this time up to 150 to flip 4 of the cards that you see here on the right side. With 14 tasks this time, we get a tier 5 miner. This is completely crazy, guys. It's a new miner called the Golden Goal. And throughout the entire puzzle event, if we would do all of the stuff and we are lucky enough to get both of the golden cards and the white cards that you see here, we get enough miners to make this a tier 6 version in the future. And that's completely crazy because this miner apparently has a lot of bonus power. I opened the page for us here already. And if you get it to the maximum level, this one has 25% and 40p in base power. So this is very good, and also the merch is really cheap. If you see the merch of one of these purple fans here and 4 roller token, and one of them you already get on level 5, and then you need only 6 of these stupid yellow fans that are like super inexpensive in the marketplace, and another 9 roller token in merching fee, and the rest of the stuff is like kinda free, I would say. Here 2 of those blue ones, a handful of these green fans, so this is really inexpensive merch for the base power and the mining power percentage it gives. And also, even if you would be a little bit unlucky and you don't get all of the copies, then you can just place the tier 4 miner here in the room, then maybe the tier 5 miner, and like all of these different versions of it. And if you're missing one, then it doesn't really matter too much if you are still a new player, because you have so much space in the room that all of these miners are good on their own. You don't really need the tier 6 version of this, because this one already has, for example, 3% bonus power. This one has 8% bonus power. You could make another tier 2 version if you only get 2 of those cards that you see here. And then with 14 tasks, you get it on tier 5 anyways. And as shown here, it already has 14% at that point. And all of these ones will be accumulating together. So basically, this one here on tier 6 only has 25%. But if you make the math and you get all of them unmerged, basically without the tier 6 in your room, then you have 14% plus 8%, you're already at 22. Then this one has another 3%, you are already at 25, what this one has, and you get another 3% from the tier 3 version. So you already have more bonus power by not combining them to tier 6. So as a super beginner player or free to play player, if you don't get all of them, I don't think it's a problem this time. That is a very fair puzzle event for everyone, depending if you are getting like these golden cards here but not the white ones this time. So that's really cool. Also, we get another miner here, which is the space mission, already on level 2, and we get that one as a white card here as well. And this one has a really good merge too, and you can just basically click the button and merge it right away. It's really cheap, and it gives a real good bonus power and base power on level 3, because you get 2 of them on level 2 already, so that's pretty good as well. Also, inside of the puzzle event this time, the maximum that you would need to do is open 92 lucky cases or exchange 72 roller token, and then you can basically just gamble it a little bit and see if you get all of the golden stuff and the white cards of the golden goal. And if you are a little bit unlucky and you really want this on tier 5, then you would need to now do all of the stuff here. So you would actually need to exchange like more roller token or open more lucky cases to flip basically 15 cards to try again, or 16 cards and go all in. As always, here's the conclusion of the last puzzle event. Let's take the face to maze puzzle event rewards. In total, I played all of the games that we needed to. I merged those 450 parts and I exchanged 42 roller token. Also, I was opening 54 lucky cases. We had some really crazy golden cards here, so let's see if we are lucky enough to get any of them. The first one was 150 hash boards, second reward. 50,000 bonus power for 7 days. Next one, another 50k bonus power for 7 days. There goes the next reward. 50 hash boards. 40 season tokens, and we got the Betty miner here on the top. This one can be sold in the marketplace. Let's go for the next one. 50,000 for 7 days. That was the last one of those. We have still both of the golden cards left. A lot of other real cool stuff that we can get. Full circle. That one was okay. Next. The Lulu shell with 4p in mining power. This is pretty good. This one also can be sold in the marketplace, so I'm very happy with that one. And also we got the Delulu shell here with 8 rewards. So we have it 2 times now, which is genius to merge actually. So next, 120 season tokens. Next reward, 20 season tokens. We have 4 tries left. Let's go. 150 hashboards. We still have both golden cards as well as the web 4 map here, which is also a fairly good one as a white card. I really want the golden totally plague, guys. There we go, totally plague golden card, and we still have 2 tries left. This was super lucky, so now we will have the totally plague 2 times in total already merged on level 3, and so in the future we can make this a level 4 version. And now I really don't care anymore what we get. Batty with 1p, and the last one, 40 season tokens. So this was absolutely insane. And also we got the Celestial Eye here, the set miner on the last reward. So overall we got a lot of really good stuff. So let's place it down and see the outcome of this. In the Face to Maze puzzle event, I was super lucky and got the golden card. But in total I lost like 30 roller token on opening only 54 of those lucky cases. Also I needed to purchase some parts because I didn't want to spend my season tokens into this. And I was merging of course 450 parts and the Delulu shell, which now in total costed another 5 roller token here. So in total the entire event costed me 73 roller token. But guys, this is completely crazy. With this tiny amount of roller token I got more than 2.1 E in mining power on top, and this puts the account now at 42 plus E. This is crazy, and I hope that the next puzzle event we're gonna be this lucky again. And at the same time that you need to exchange like a lot of roller token here anyways, you could then also open lucky cases already for the progression event. If you're exchanging roller token, you boost your multiplier, and by opening lucky cases you spend roller token, which then automatically will progress you here inside of the progression event. And for every 1 roller token you spend, you will get actually 1000 points for the progression event, but depending on your multiplier, of course, this goes up. And each of the cheapest lucky boxes costs you 2 roller token, so without multiplier you will receive the 2000 points. And now if you have a 10x multiplier, then this will give you, for example, 20,000 points. And let's get into the list of Piero. Thank you so much for sharing this all the time, man. Really good. Here we get to see how many points we actually need. And if we go and stick with a 10x multiplier, that would mean that we open like 7 boxes and we are already on level 8 here. And that would be really inexpensive to reach if you have a multiplier, and relatively hard already to reach if you don't boost your multiplier. So as an absolute free-to-play player that doesn't boost the multiplier, I think level 8 is reasonable. And you should only snag the 100 experience for the season pass as well as the other stuff that you see here. And anything starting rank number 9 here and below is relatively unreasonable to reach as a free-to-play player if you are not boosting the multiplier, and this will probably not be possible with only playing games. Anything down here starting rank number 11 and a little bit lower than that is really good, and it has a lot of bonus percentages. And the most important thing about this progression event is definitely the divine core that you see down here, which is one of the set miners of the Asgardian set, and you would need 4 out of these 6 set miners to make it a complete set, and this is your next chance to basically get one of them. It needs 4.8 million points. That means with our example where you have a 10x multiplier, you need to open an infinite amount of boxes to reach here. As mentioned, with a 10x multiplier, one of those boxes will give you approximate 22,000 points, and you would need 4.8 to actually get to the divine core. So that would mean you need 4.8 million divided through 22k points on average. You need now to open 218 of those 2 RLT loot boxes, and on average every time I open them for the puzzle event with 50 boxes, I lose an average of like 30 roller token. So you could make the math how much money this will actually cost you, and you need to keep in mind this is only if you have a 10x multiplier. So you would need to exchange like 100 roller token to actually get enough points by opening only 218 boxes. And if you wouldn't have a multiplier, then of course this one is 10x, and you now will need to open 2.2k chests, which is kinda unreasonable in my opinion. So just to give you an idea how expensive progression events can be if you're not boosting the multiplier, this is basically the math behind it. And then keeping that information in mind, anything below here gets even worse than the divine core. If you wanted to get all the way to the Auromania here, the main reward with 7% and 10p, then this one costs you 25 million points. And if we go with our example here again, where with the divine core already we needed to open 218 chests with a 10x multiplier, just make the math, this is another 5x from there. So you would need to open like 1k plus boxes with a 10x multiplier to get to this point here, and I do not think that it's actually worth it to even try if you don't have like $1 million worth of roller token lying around. or you just exchange more Rollertoken than just 100, let's say, and maybe you go with a 50x multiplier, then this would be of course reachable. But if it is worth it, that's up to you to decide basically. In total, if you get all the way to the bottom here, you will have now miners standing around with 70p and also 57% bonus power, as well as the remaining set miner, which of course is really good. The set itself is very, very good, but I don't know if it's actually worth it to try to get to the last point here for the set miner, or if you should just basically go with the lower tier miners from the set and just not spend so much Rollertoken here. And speaking about a lot of Rollertoken that you would need to exchange to boost your multiplier, here's the next chance to get one of the set miners for the Asgardian set. And as expected, this is a purchase Rollertoken only race where you get 1000 points by purchasing one Rollertoken. So if you would now go ahead and you exchange, let's say 500 Rollertoken to get a 50x multiplier, then you will have 500,000 points for the race tournament, and then you will have a chance at the last remaining set miner here with 16p and 4.5%. Of course, the miner itself is really good, and if you get the best set miners and then you put them on the rack, you have of course the best outcome of the set. But as I mentioned before with the progression event, if it's really worth it, that many Rollertoken or that much cryptocurrency, it's kinda questionable, and that's something that you need to decide for yourself. I just know that I will personally wait on a sale probably. I will not even try to participate in the race because there was so many things ongoing. I barely have cryptocurrency in my account from mining left. But something else that's ongoing that's really cool is the Unreal Proof of Gold sale, and this miner is actually pretty good. It's a one cell miner that is like a tiny bouncing ball thing. It looks kinda cool, and it's not only looking good, but also it is actually a really good miner. This package will cost you around 0.95 Solana or any of the cryptocurrencies equivalent to $153. And in this package, even though it's a mega sale, this time you don't get all of the stuff you need to make this an Unreal version, but you get only the legendary and the epic wires in this case. But as usual, 32 copies of the actual miner. So you would now need to purchase, of course, the other wires that are missing. And in total, I was checking it out already, this miner is actually really inexpensive to merge it all the way to the top. The only thing that's a little bit more than in other merges is the actual merging fee, but the parts prices and stuff is really low. And even more so that now we had the second puzzle event in the same week with a merging quest. These prices of those parts will basically be dumped again, so you can just easily merge this without too much cost in the parts talking, so that is very good. And all the way on maximum, if you would make it, it has 150p in base power and 35% bonus power, so this is completely insane. And if you wouldn't merge it to level 6, but you stick to level 5 and 4 and so on, then this miner is still very good with 65p and 20% or 7p and 7% here on tier 3. And then of course the tier 4 version is a medium miner with 20p and 12% at very, very reasonable prices at all tiers. So this sale is actually really good depending on your goals, I would say. So if you want to go all the way to maximum, you could do that. Just keep in mind you need to purchase the other parts that are missing. And if you wanted to get only a tier 4, then that's kinda equal here. You have this same sale with 8 miners now instead for $32, and here you get the 5 blue wires, but there's of course the white ones and the green ones missing. So same story, you basically need to just purchase whatever's missing, and then as I said, the merge itself is really good. The proof of gold sale where you can make a tier 3 version also is relatively inexpensive. It costs only $14.49 equivalent in crypto talking, so any of the currencies that you have lying around you could spend here. And then also it applies the same thing. Here you would need the white ones and then also the green parts, and they are really, really cheap for a miner at that point with 7p and 7%. And the lowest tier sale that they have here is just a single copy that I don't think I would recommend it. If you don't want to just at least buy this 2 times here to make it a tier 2 version, then definitely don't buy the last package here. But I think that the rare proof and epic proof, like all of the other sales, are kinda worth it, and meanwhile this is just not. Another thing ongoing is the crafting offer, and here's something really interesting. We have the Basin mine on tier 2 already. This one costs you around, let's say, 47 to 50 Rollertoken worth of parts and merging fee or crafting fee, and this miner itself has 17p in power and 5% bonus power, and this is completely insane because everything else in the marketplace costs at least, I would say, like 50 to 60 Rollertoken anyways. So here you can save a little bit of money, and because you are crafting something here with a fee, you're automatically participating more in the progression event. You get like 7k points or something per Rollertoken spent here. So that's a win-win situation where you save a little bit of money to get the Basin mine on tier 2 two already merged for a relatively low price compared to anything in the marketplace with same stats. And of course, if you see the actual merge of the button mine on Uncommon, if you had like the chance to get this in a sale a long time ago, you would have needed to spend 43k of these white hashboards as well as 20 Rollertoken. So you already can see my point. This is way more expensive to make it when you actually had the chance to purchase this a while back than the actual crafting that we have now. This is very inexpensive for this miner, and I think it's pretty cool. Also applies to the Festive Triumph. This one costs you only 85 of the green wires here and only one Rollertoken. So this is a very good craft as well for this kind of stats. And the Paradox, same story. It has only 20 of the green parts and like 10 cents Rollertoken. So either of the crafts you can definitely go for it. And I think the craft is really good. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a nice weekend. As always, if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below, and I see you in the next one. Bye!